Okay, everybody, so we are back once again. Here we are, the three of us this time. Of course, I'm your host, Armin. I'm here with Tom
Hey guys.
and Tristan.
No making sex jokes.
No, it's
No
episode
promises.
69 here, but we're going to be mature adults and not make a single joke about it. So
I can't promise that.
if people came here for that, I'm not doing it. Not doing it at all. You know? But that's gonna happen. So last week we had a couple problems with the podcast. I don't know, it's like my software messed up, but I ended up getting it up in time. And this time I think it should all work pretty well. So you should get it up on time, which means Monday the 11th you should see it up on the channel. So
I think the last episode only went up yesterday.
yeah, exactly. Got quite the problem getting it to render properly. I don't know what the hell happened there with the video and audio, but it came out pretty good for most part. So,
Cool.
I will say, as I did the episode before, we're going to be giving away a Steam key. This time it is going to be for South Park Stick of Truth. So, if you guys haven't played that, in the first 10 minutes, essentially, there's going to be a code that pops up on YouTube if you have your annotations enabled, and enter in that digit on Steam, and you get the game for free. So, there you go. It's a pretty damn awesome game. I don't know, have either of you guys played it?
No, I never got round to it.
Oh god,
A
it's so
little
It's on
good.
my list.
I have so much in my backlog that I barely have time for anything right now.
Oh, that is probably one of my favorite RPGs of all time. It is so good, and the South Park humor is on point, and oh god, it's so good.
I'll have to give it a go at some point. No, it's always been on my list. I've just never really got round to it.
I think I know, Tom, you would have to get the North American version because that one was censored in the European
Yeah.
version.
Yeah.
That's one of the main reasons I haven't got it.
Well, that's unfortunate. But hey, speaking of censors, Blizzard decides to run a raid on a bunch of fan servers. Huh? See what I did there? Because you run
Yeah.
raids in Warcraft and.
I don't play World of Warcraft, and I read about this story, and it just made me mad. I just
So-
thought, what a slap in the face.
I want to tell people what happens essentially, so I'm going to lay it out here and then I'll talk about it. So, World of Warcraft is a MMO. It's an ever-changing game, and each expansion that comes out subsequently changes the game in a huge manner, from the way you play to the way the classes are balanced and everything. A substantial one called Cataclysm came out probably like 4 years ago. I could be a little wrong on that, maybe 5. And essentially what it did was it flipped the whole world literally like upside down. Deserts were now tropical. Tropical places were now deserts. Castles underwater. Everything changed. You couldn't play the original version of the game anymore. Like there was new classes, everything. And people can always, and Warcraft is pretty easy to do this, you can run a custom server. Well, a bunch of people took it up to the last patch of the original World of Warcraft and were running at that. They had something like close to 800,000 people and an active 130,000 people on it.
Yeah, and this is just a vanilla version of the game
Yeah.
as well. This
And-
is just they wanted to play the version that made them fall in love with the game.
Exactly,
What's wrong with
and
that?
I respect that because I felt like that with Star Wars Galaxies when that was around, but they closed that down, and there's now fan servers running that to maintain that game. But Blizzard has effectively, as of yesterday, when we're recording this, they've been shut down. And here's the problem. I can see why, because it's like, oh, well, it's our property, and, people are playing it for free and stuff.
What's it costing them?
Right, I mean, it's cost them a bunch of people that are probably already, they would pay if Blizzard offered this service, right? I mean, if this was offered, I think people would pay for it.
Yeah, I mean, did
Yeah,
you
but-
see that? It was like a GameCon footage of someone asking whether they
It was
considered doing
it was BlizzardCon.
Blizzard. It was actually Blizzard's own con, but it was
Yeah.
such an insulting answer to this fan who just asked a very simple question, something that loads of people wanted, and he was so dismissive and just talked down to him. And
I didn't even see
Oh,
that.
it
What the hell was
makes you
that?
Yeah, it was at BlizzCon. I think it was last year, and one of the fans asked, like, "Would you guys ever offer private service for us? That we would actually pay for?" And one of them said that no. Why would you? You don't want that.
he's like,
Basically,
"You may think you want that, but you don't want that."
Yeah.
And
What
it
the
was
fu-
like, "Well, fuck, what the fuck do you like? Who are you to say what we do and do not want?"
See, that bugs me so much because it's like, I understand where they're coming from, and I want to talk about this as a bigger kind of answer to gaming. World of Warcraft as it is right now, you can never play a version from a year ago or 2 years ago, and you especially cannot play the one that came out in like 2004, was it, or 2005? I can't remember when World of Warcraft came out. I remember playing it. if we want to archive video gaming history, you can't do it the Blizzard way. And a lot of
No.
people made friends, made like relationships playing these versions of the game. Hell, back then, the game used to be hard. You'd have to like work your ass off at the max level to be able to get a simple mount. Now you literally get to level 10 and they throw a mount at you for free. Like there was a challenge to World of Warcraft before, and like I said, people grew up playing that. They want to live back to those memories, maybe reunite with a few friends they used to play with and run the old hard raids. But like they don't offer that service themselves, so why go after these guys running a private server if it's not really hurting you? Like, I mean, sure, I guess it's technically hurting your money, but if these guys want to play the old version, they're probably pissed at your new version. So
Yeah, they probably just don't like the current version, which is why they want to play the game they do like. I mean, I saw a video that JonTron did. He was ranting about it, and he said something brilliant. And that's, if you want to play Ocarina of Time, you can play Ocarina of Time.
yeah,
You can't do that with the original World of Warcraft. Like, it's just not doable anymore. Like, this server was a way for fans to be able to do that, to be able to get the nostalgia of playing one of their childhood classics, maybe. And it's crazy to me that you can't play that game. It's like
exactly. And like, there's whole quest lines that existed in the old World of Warcraft that don't exist anymore because of Cataclysm. Like whole story elements that if you didn't play it back then, you don't know the story. So it's like, wait, like
Yeah, like
you have to just
especially
read
in
about it on a wiki.
yeah, like especially in that video that JonTron said is that whole fans were extremely dedicated to that server because they had people they helped people learn coding and be customer service for people who wanted to play the vanilla version of Warcraft.
yeah. And this is another one of those things where I think if Blizzard was to come out like, hey, if you're paying for World of Warcraft currently and it's $15 a month, pay an extra 10, so $25 a month will allow you to run any version before an expansion came out. I think their subscribers would soar once again to like 10 plus million because
They
the
don't even have
game.
to make it as wide as every version. Just say, I mean, all this community wanted was the vanilla release, just the very, very first version.
True, but I think
Like,
there's still people like me. Like I stopped playing after the Lich King, like whatever the expansion after that was. I think like I don't know some cataclysm. I don't fucking know. But I stopped playing after that because I was like I don't know, the game's changing too much for me. So if I
I
could
mean,
go
they've
back and
still
play,
bought the game, haven't they? I mean, that's the thing at the
yeah,
end of the day. They've still bought the game.
exactly. So it's like oh, you could just get back subscribers if you're able to allow it. It's not like it's hard because it's not because they have all the code. So
Yeah.
it's
What they should have done, instead of shutting down this fan server, they should have like just hired them, like given them all a job, like sponsored the server, like made it part of the team kind of thing. Because I mean,
seriously
they've done
like
a lot of bug fixing and like troubleshooting and stuff as part of this community. That's probably actually improved on how the original game would actually run on modern systems. Like they did a lot to make this game actually run on those servers. It's not just install it off the disc. They did a lot.
exactly.
And it's like that's what they should have done, but instead they gave him a cease and desist order in French and English.
But it's like when, I mean, I just have to take it to Minecraft, which is obviously huge as well. But I mean, when Minecraft was bought by Microsoft, like there was the very popular bucket mod, and I believe that Microsoft in the end bought that as well because it was the most popular mod, and actually they didn't actually continue on after that much longer, but you could see that they were trying to. They didn't just shut everything down. They like hired the guys and gave them jobs because they could see they were doing good work.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just hate the concept of this. And I understand Blizzard standing from it, but I also hate it because it's like, well, you're not giving fans what they want. And in the end, the customer's always right. So people want their old game back, so at least make one server. Like, I guarantee if Blizzard was to come out this BlizzCon and be like, hey, guys, we know, you guys want to play the old versions, so we'll allow one server per expansion pack that came out to run the older versions, and you could just play on those. I think those servers would permanently be maxed out, like high population. So,
Oh yeah, I mean, did you see the videos and like screenshots of how many people came out to support this server's like getting shut down, like their
Oh, yeah.
last hour? Like it's
Yeah, everyone came
insane.
out.
I mean, it just shows these are all people that support this game. Like you'd think Blizzard would see stuff like this and be like, "Oh shit, maybe we shouldn't have pissed off such a lot of people like who are big parts of the community." Like
yep.
these are the guys who played the original clearly, so they're the fans who have been there the longest. They're the long-time fans. Like surely some sort of loyalty to them wouldn't go amiss.
Yeah, we also forget that Blizzard was bought by Activision, so
That's true.
Activision's fault then.
Well,
Fuck you.
You know what? Speaking of Activision, let's go to something that they lost, which actually ended up respawning into a franchise called Titanfall. I'm
Oh,
on a fucking segue roll. And Titanfall 2, the premiere on June 12th, so right around E3. And I'm assuming they come out, they reveal the full-on trailer, and they say dropping this October, November, the date. They're gonna do this Fallout style. So I am so hyped for Titanfall 2. Holy shit!
I never actually really got to play the first one, so
It's Xbone and PC
I'll take your word for
exclusive.
it.
I'm intrigued. I did see the.
That's why I won't be able to play then.
Well, here's the thing. Like,
PS4 guy.
well, no, this one's coming to all the consoles. So
Oh,
Yeah, it's coming to everything.
oh, I'll give it a go.
because
Then.
they lost a lot of money putting on Xbone exclusive. So, but here's the thing. It's gonna finally have a story. So hell yes. And
Oh well, that doesn't sound good for the first one immediately. It didn't have a story.
no, yeah, this like
It
that's
had a story, but you had to play the multiplayer.
and the story, quote unquote, was 9 maps and people screaming while you're trying to murder people in your headset, being like, they're attacking the West. You're like, fuck you, I'm trying to kill people.
I'll take it back. This sounds amazing.
So I think they're gonna have just like a normal single player campaign, which honestly that's awesome because that world is freaking amazing. But to me, I think when people play Titanfall and when they get their hands on it, they're gonna see why that game has such a loyal fan base because the shooting in that game is so refined and perfect. Like, oof, I can't describe it. Like, it's so good. It's just such a fucking good. Fundamentally, as a shooter, it's amazing.
No, I definitely will have to give it a go then.
And I'm pretty sure they'll do like open betas or something, So,
Sweet.
It's likely they will.
yeah.
That,
I mean,
they probably will announce it during the announcement trailer.
exactly.
June 12th.
Be like, oh, you could play the open beta now, and it'll probably be timed exclusive first for Xbone people, for people to have the original Titanfall. So,
More than likely, there's got to be some reward to the people that went to Xbone for that game.
yeah. I mean,
Because you know they're probably, if it was an early release, there's a lot of people that choose their consoles based on their early exclusives, and
well, it came out in like the first 2 months of the Xbone.
yeah, that's
So.
pretty early.
Well, I mean, right now, because I go on and play occasionally, like a couple times a month, and on peak hours, there's like 3,000 people on. So that's the dedicated community, So, but I think it's going to be interesting to see how they shift the market into this, because I got this sneaky suspicion that Sony is going to come to their aid and it's going to have Sony shit plastered everywhere. Like, when it ends, it's going to be like better on PlayStation, exclusive content and stuff. So, oh, goddamn. But, as more details come out, we'll obviously talk about that a little more. But for now, June 12th, that's the big reveal. And let's talk about a big reveal, because today, No Man's Sky reveals 21 brand new minutes of footage. And this was primarily planet exploration, and holy shit, it looks good.
It was beautiful.
Like,
I mean, there was things I didn't. I mean, I knew that you could affect your environment to a certain extent, but when it showed off how you can just like create your own cave base and shit like that was just awesome. That was just so much fun to look at. And when he attacked the factory in it, and the drones start appearing, like it was amazing.
Now,
It gave such a new idea of what I thought
got
the
a
game was going to be.
question for you guys. Now, I don't think either of you guys would have played this. Well, like way back when on PS2, there was a game called Red Faction. Not like
I love that game.
the OG Red Faction. Now, did you ever play multiplayer on that, Tristan? Where like
Yeah, I did.
you could take a rocket launcher and literally shoot it at the wall and make pathways. So like
Yeah,
yeah, that's all my friends
That
and I
does
used to
sound
do.
awesome.
And like in the single player, you could be like, oh man, I can't get through this door. Hey, is there a rock over here? Do I have a rocket launcher and some grenades? You could like carve a path around it. And like
Yeah.
just using that in this and seeing how like he's like, oh, I gotta get warmed up. I gotta get out of the environment. Shoots that grenade, and like he just makes a hole and enters that cavern. There's like those lights everywhere, and just like,
Oh, it was
holy shit.
beautiful. I was not expecting that.
Nope, same here. I don't know, like every time I look at more of this game, man, it blows me away. It just blows me away.
I mean, it's not just like a game for exploration. It's a survival game, it got me really intrigued because I have to micromanage everything that I do, so
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
die on a planet.
The survival was easily one of the most compelling parts of it. I mean, the whole idea that you can do all of this, and especially when he died like out like, adventuring and stuff. Like the fact that you have to respawn a base and you can lose your loot in the wild, like, and there's no mini maps, so you can't exactly just find where you died particularly easily as well. So it's like once you lose it, that could be it. Like, oh, it's just awesome.
I pray to the goddamn gods that when we play this game, that I don't start on some shit ass planet. It's like, oh, there's like
Oh, I hope
lava
not.
everywhere, and I'm like, ah.
I want to
Well, the
trial
thing,
by fire, man.
well, the thing about that is that the more hostile planets are closer to the center.
Oh,
No.
goody.
I want a winter planet though, because I love like with the crystals coming out. I could just tell I'm going to name my first planet like New Krypton, or probably New Krypton 111752 because everybody can name it New
New
Krypton.
Krypton 1938. LOL's reference, Easter egg lol.
It's not 1938 anymore.
Oh. So, another thing that caught me like by interest in this is they finally showed off the interiors of the big, trading posts. They only showed off a little bit when your ship is docked in there, right? And you can like go and there's going to be something. But I love that moment where he walks up to the window and he looks at the planet. He's like, and you see that one pixel right there where the reticle is? That's the entirety of what we just explored on the planet. And like, your mind suddenly starts to move. You're like, holy shit. Like, it's there. Like, now he's compared and you've seen him go from bottom all the way into the ship and everything. So, yeah, this game, man, it has everything I want from a game at this point.
There's one thing I would have liked to have seen, and I still haven't. I mean, I saw a little bit of it in this, but I want to see more confirmation that you can do this. But when he first took off from the planet on his ship, like he did fly a little bit just over the land, but then he just took off straight away into space. Like, I hope that that's not you have to go straight into space. I
Oh,
hope
you don't.
can just hover above the land and just go for miles and miles.
Oh, yeah, you totally can. There was a video that kind of showed that, them kind of like, going around the planet above some mountains and stuff. It was
Oh,
a
that's awesome.
while
Because
ago,
I'm going
but
to be
yeah.
looking for those monoliths, man, and I don't want to have to walk there. I
Oh,
want to be
same.
able to just hover above the planet and like fly around and just look for shit.
Yeah. I mean, this game triggers my like sense of exploration and stuff. Like, my only big thing is I want to know what type of ships are there, because it seems like there's going to be like 4 or 5 ships. Like, can I build my own ships, or like, are you guys going to constantly release more models? Because like, I would love to be like, have a giant capital ship that I could
I
shoot my
assume
little
that we
ship
can
out of.
modify our ships.
I
I
hope
think
so.
maybe we'll have to buy like base models, but I'm hoping that we can like modify and customize and.
Oh yeah, you can. You actually, what I think what they said is that you actually need to, because your ship, like your base ship, won't be able to stand outside in the more hostile environments.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
good.
I can't wait.
Because
I
like,
can't
I
fucking
really
wait.
want to like, take a nice ship and then outfit it with a bunch of armor and stuff, so I can really go to those hostile planets, then start outfitting my, weapons and.
That one bit in the video when he says, "I'm going to do something stupid here and just attack this freighter." Like I just want to be able to modify my ship so I can actually do that and just,
Yep.
just start
You just
randomly
want to be a
attacking giant
warmonger,
ships. Yeah, I want to be the tiny rebel ship that attacks the Death Star. Like, oh,
Perfect. And I'm hoping, since your mission is to get to the center of the universe, obviously. So as you get closer, right, you're undoubtedly gonna start running into people. Like, that's got to be a thing, right? Because
I'm imagining
Yeah.
that's when you get really close.
yeah, like on the outskirts, you're gonna find some like hubs. It's like, oh look, there's like 100 people in here. Like that has to be a point, because it's like, if you're all gunning for it, then at some point I think someone's got to cross paths. Like there.
Oh, it happened eventually.
Yeah, it'll be pretty
But like what they
awesome.
said, it's a really game-changing moment, because when you find someone that's actually on the planet, you want to you want to explore with them. It's just like with
Yeah.
Journey. You find someone on the journey, and you essentially just want to go with them
Yeah.
See
to
now,
explore more.
the thing is, with it being an online game where we've got a lot of freedom and stuff, what's the odds that the first time you ever find another person, he'll fucking kill you and steal your shit? First time ever you come across
I
someone else,
think that is the
guarantee
thing,
he'll-
because like any MMO I play that's like PvP, you can attack anybody. There's this
This
moment
isn't
where you like,
PvP, but I guarantee it will be.
like exactly, like you run around a corner in any MMO and you see someone else or someone else holding a gun, and you pause for a second and you both assess each other, and depending on your experience, you either both shoot or you fucking don't. And like, I guarantee you, the first time I see someone, I'm gonna be like, well, he's probably gonna fuck me, so I'm gonna fuck him first.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. It should be you find someone for the first time and like, oh my god, somebody else. We should explore together. That's what they're hoping. No,
No,
it'll be like immediately guns drawn, bang bang.
we make first contact by shooting first, asking questions later.
They'll just kill each other first. That will be the first thing that happens.
It's gonna be
People just
glorious.
Oh, I can't wait, man.
Yep. So, any
How long now
closing
till
thoughts?
this is released? It's only like 2 months, isn't it?
It's 2.5
Yeah, it
months.
gets released in June.
Oh my god.
So I think like right after E3.
Yeah. Yep.
E3 is going to have some amazing like final footage. You can be sure. They'll announce an open beta as well, or like an open trial.
I
Play it
feel
for
like
2 hours before buying.
I feel like at E3 they're gonna like sit, Sean Murray down after the Sony conference for like an hour, and he's gonna be like, "Here's the final build. Let me show you what it's about." And that's when they show you all the little features and like outfitting and customization. We're all gonna be like, like,
I think we've blown your minds already.
yeah, and they're gonna want that initial, rush of people ordering it. It's gonna, I think, after E3, it's gonna be huge when they do a full-on reveal of everything that's in the final version.
Games like this though, it's just amazing because it's an indie game, and it's just amazing to see how it's just captured the public's imagination, and it's just like, oh my god, this is such a cool idea, and people have just latched onto it, and it's just so glad to see it doing well. Like even before release, people were just so hyped for this game beyond anything I've seen with anything else for a long time.
It's that like childhood, like dream you want. Like every child has looked into the stars and wondered what it's like to have a spaceship and land on a brand new planet, explore and like look at animals. You're like, oh, well, I'm finally gonna fucking do that, So
The only other game that's making me feel this way at the moment is that ukulele that Playtonic Studios
yeah.
is doing. I love Banjo-Kazooie, and I love that they're making a new platformer. So that's my like second most anticipated.
Nice. Yeah, I can agree with all that. So we're going to be obviously more talking about this as any more stuff drops. So we have another thing we're going to talk about. So new Zelda game for Wii U and NX, and possibly you can choose between a male or female Link.
I just hope they don't make it so one console only has male, one console only has female.
Oh.
I can so see Nintendo doing something like that shit.
But the thing that gets me is that they have two characters already. They have Zelda and Linkle, and yet they are gonna have you have that option of making a male Link or a female Link.
Well, maybe they'll just make it so it's Link or Linkle. Maybe they just haven't announced that's what it will be. Like, are you a boy or girl in Pokemon? Maybe that's just it changes from Link to Linkle. Plus, you'll get to name the character anyway, as you always do. I always call him Link, but I know a lot of people that call him like dumbass and stuff like that. I mean, I had an account once on Twilight Princess where his name was Sexy, and my horse's name was My Ass. So when you go into the village at the first scene where the girl is washing Epona, she goes, "Oh, hey, Sexy, I washed my ass for you."
But like Tom, like what do you think of because there's one more rumor that they're going to try voice acting again for every character except for the Link character.
I don't mind that. Link shouldn't speak. That's just.
I mean, besides the hi-ahs and his.
Yeah, I mean that, but I always just got the impression that he was speaking, but it's sort of up to us to imagine his dialogue. Cause
Same here. Yep. I don't need Link to speak at all. Like I just don't care.
About you. Yeah, as a kid playing Ocarina of Time, I could tell you in my head I heard Link's side of the conversation because it's your thoughts, what you're thinking about your next like task and stuff like that. I mean, yeah.
It's like the natural progression because the only reason people are kind of hesitant for doing this is because they look back at Mario Sunshine and the horrible job that they did.
I liked Mario Sunshine.
I mean,
I did like how they spoke. I actually wish they kept that up for Mario Galaxy. I think it just didn't work within the context of that story, but it was something if they can continue to develop it and refine it, they could have made that work. I think it's proceed out.
I think people were okay with like Bowser and Bowser Jr. talking. It was Princess Peach that they had a problem with.
That's just because her voice is fucking stupid. But you had like Toad and stuff like that, and I didn't mind them talking. I mean, I suppose it was the village people. What are they called? The Pinatas or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, when they're speaking, it's like, "Mario, we're sentencing you to jail. We're keeping an eye on you, pal. Don't start slacking off." And it's like it just got a bit too cheesy. I bet the Japanese version worked better.
It sounds like
funnier is that that they saw Shadow Mario, yet they still single out Mario as a troll maker.
Yeah, that one bit where you're chasing him down, shooting him with your water thing, he runs straight past those cops like 4 times in the circuit, and they just look at him. Like even the models do turn their heads and watch as you run past. No, doesn't matter.
Meh.
Mario Sunshine's an awesome game, but yeah, it's some silly moments.
And I'm just like, I just want this Zelda game to kind of get an actual fucking release date because we should have been playing it by now. And like,
Well,
just
I won't get to play it. I haven't got a Wii U, but I mean, I'm not buying a console for the 2 games that I actually want it for.
I'm gonna be really fucking pissed if they're like, oh, you bought a Wii U waiting for this game, didn't you? Well, it's on X and it's way better. It's like, oh, you fucking Wii U, you Wii and GameCubed me again with Twilight Princess style. Like,
See, that's the thing. I'll probably end up getting the next generation console, hoping that they pull previous games over to it.
well, they don't have
Yeah,
many to port, so probably.
See, I've never had a Wii, so I mean, I love the Zelda games. I've played all of them up until Skyward Sword because I just don't have a Wii. Like the GameCube version of Twilight Princess is the last one I played.
I would love to play Skyward Sword, but I wasn't gonna play any fucking game with Waggle, so that never happened.
Well,
That's
that
pretty much
and
why I
like,
never got a Wii. I hated the controls. I just hated the controls for that.
well, that and like, like your sword and your shield, you actually had to manage that. Like your shield for once, I don't even know why it had a health bar.
Oh, Shield.
Yeah, yeah, like it could only take so many hits, and if you didn't like manage it, it would it would deteriorate and just break apart. So you would be running around with no shield.
I mean, the one thing I like about deteriorating shields is in Ocarina of Time how the wooden shield can get caught on fire, and that made sense. Like a wooden shield would catch a light and perhaps not be as useful anymore. But just to have a health bar, like a separate health bar for your shield, is just ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean like every shield up until the Hylian shield, they had like a health bar, so it only could take so many hits, and once it broke, you
just
have to go back and get another one.
That is so stupid. It worked with Ocarina of Time. You knew that the shield's weak against certain enemies, so you just made sure not to use your shield against those enemies. And like you could save your. This just sounds like no matter what you do, you're going to have to buy like 6 replacement shields anyway.
Well, you're gonna have to buy them, but you're also gonna have to collect the material to make them.
Oh shit! There's crafting involved in Zelda.
Yep.
The craftiest thing I like in Zelda is planting magic beans.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, in Skyward Sword, you had to do shields and swords up until the Master Sword.
so
Yeah, I don't think I've missed out a lot in that.
what do you
But
guys? I
I've
mean,
heard the sprint button is terrible as well.
we talked a bit about this. I think we're all just give us a fucking Zelda game, right? Just give us this damn Zelda game. We'll go from there. I don't really care what's in it. I just want to see it, right? I want to play it. So
Especially since I mean they're touting this as it's going to be like this revolutionary game changer for Zelda. Like they're saying it's an open world, like the first real open world Zelda game.
It's like it's going back to the Zelda 1-esque, where like you could basically go to any dungeon that you wanted if you knew how to, trespass the puzzles.
Yeah, if you had like the right gear and all of that. Yeah, I love it. I mean, the thing is, I always consider like even the classic like Ocarina of Time an open world game. I mean, okay, there's little areas you go into and it does load as a separate area. You know what I mean? But
Well, that and you can sequence break if you wanted to.
yeah.
yeah.
That's one thing I loved, having the action replay game shark codes for the N64 and that, just like using moon jump and getting over barriers and like sneaking into places early. So much fun. Broke about 4 saves. But it was worth it.
And then let's just jump on to our last topic then. We're going to talk about, obviously, what we have been playing. I will just give my quick, I guess, rundown and review of Quantum Break, because that's what I am currently playing. You wait for this game to be $30 or less, because it is 8 hours, and every single choice you make does not matter, because at the end, you get the same ending. So it's all a bunch of screen dressing and kind of loose stuff. It's a really fun game, but janky shooting mechanics, because get this, you can be in cover, right? You can't shoot out of cover, because the moment you want to shoot, your dude stands up and is open to it.
Oh, God.
And all the cover is actually sensitive base, so when you walk by it, he'll attract to it, but he doesn't stick to it. So you could be like having a serious cutscene, you walk next to something that's going to trigger, after the cutscene, that's going to be a battle, and he'll like start ducking underneath it for no reason. And like, it's a bit janky. It's really fun. I'd give it like a 7.5, and the TV show element of it is really fucking badly done. Like it is like bad
Has the TV show
sci-fi
sucked?
original.
Yeah, there is. There's
I'm gonna have to. I mean, I want to watch the TV show, even if I'm not gonna get to play the game,
Oh,
just
well,
because I like some of the cast in it. But
see, here's
if
how it's
it's just
done,
really that
Tom.
bad,
So you play the game, right? And there's like these chapters. Let's say there's 5 chapters. And after each one, you have to watch a 20-minute TV show that you watch between the episodes. And it gets really boring because, well, I'm here to play the game, right? So they're interjecting with these cutscenes that are live action, and it's just kind of a little bit jarring. It's a really fun game, but it is not worth $60. 30 at most on its best day, and it's fun. That's all I can really say about it. It's a really
but
fun game, but it gets old fast.
but I thought I saw some people saying that this Quantum Break was Microsoft's Uncharted 2.
There's my response to that.
Yeah, I've seen some reviews, and some of them were saying like this is Microsoft's answer for Uncharted 2, and like most people were saying no, no, maybe more towards Uncharted 1, maybe, but definitely not towards Uncharted 2.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the
Yeah.
first in a new IP, so I mean, you can sort of forgive it for some of its problems.
I will totally give it that. It is the Assassin's Creed 1 and the Uncharted 1 of each one of those franchises.
Yeah.
It has the foundation down. If they can expand on it, it'll be one of the best in the industry. Here's the problems. It's a Microsoft exclusive on Xbone, and it's not going to sell that well. And it's also a Remedy game, which they never sell that well. So I'm honestly not going to be
They were
surprised.
hoping it was going to be the new IP like The Last of Us, not Uncharted.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're ready to make the second one just yet. Especially if the TV show gets like cancelled and shit, because then they're never going to make a second.
Oh no,
game.
the TV show's not even on TV. It's just on the disc. Like,
Oh shit! So I thought Sci-Fi was actually like picking up like what was that? Defiance.
yeah, see,
Sci-Fi
that's what I
original
thought too. But no, they because originally that's how they pitched it. But then it was just
shit,
like,
so
oh no, it's on the disc. So
Oh god! So it's like what was it? The Matrix, the Matrix game on PS2 and GameCube and Xbox.
oh
I mean,
God.
Reloaded.
Yeah, the Matrix was it Reloaded?
I think
That was the
they had-
movie.
no, I remember. I know it's on the GameCube and Xbox
shit.
and PlayStation 2 because it had like 20 minutes. Or
Yeah,
something
they
like that.
recorded a load of like live action extra scenes just for the video game, and the Wachowskis like, yeah. Oh, the Matrix. Oh no, it wasn't Matrix Downloaded. That was a parody thing I saw once. I don't know. I can't remember what it was called, but I mean, they just. So it's just like that. They just record a load of live action stuff and just try to pad out the running time with live action footage.
Hmm?
That was bad. That game. Like that did not work. It was like Jada Pinkett Smith doing voice acting, and she was not fucking good at it.
Oh God, that was her. Holy shit.
Yeah. And there's
Oh.
I always remember this one scene in the very first level with her as well. And if you play as the guy, like he shouts as he's running, he's like, "It's over here! I found the exit!" And it's all this. When you hear her version, she's like, "It's over here! I found the exit." And she's like motioning at a guy that's like really far away. There's no fucking way he heard you, love.
Wow.
Yeah,
God.
bad game.
I like the other Matrix game though that came out after Path of Neo, I think.
I've got that on PS2.
Oh,
yeah.
that one was really fucking good.
Oh, okay. It was Enter the Matrix.
Enter
And
the
that's
Matrix.
it, yep.
That's it. Yes, thank you. That was going to drive me crazy all night.
Speaking of that, I had my friend Dan, like way back when I came out. He was so obsessed with the Matrix, and he did like this deal at that time. It was like Babbage's before they became, like GameStop. He traded in like 16 games to get that game and skip school. I felt so sorry for him.
It was a good game, Enter the Matrix, though. I mean, it had some terrible voice acting, but I mean, it was a little bit dodgy. But if you played with the cheat codes and stuff, like there was some fun ones. Like if you was invisible, it was just so much fun, just walking through the levels, and the enemies kept jumping out from behind places, and then just standing there, like pointed their guns at nothing. You just like walk up behind them and just kill them, like with no. They don't even fight back and stuff. It was just hilarious to watch.
Wow.
There was a lot of customization in that game. I haven't seen in anything else.
And then, so what have you guys been playing? I pretty much just played Quantum Break, and that's it.
I've been playing The Division, GTA.
Me,
Yeah.
I haven't been playing much because I have a lot of stuff to do. Only what I'm going to be playing and reviewing pretty soon is Ratchet and Clank because it actually comes out tomorrow.
Oh God, I need that so bad.
And what some reviewers are saying is that it's about 10 to 11 hour game without doing all the side missions and stuff like that.
See,
Perfect.
that's good. Yeah.
I am
Perfect.
sick of any today at this point in my life, like starting after I beat The Witcher 3, if any game tells me it's longer than 15 hours, I'm not getting it anymore. Like I don't like unless
Unless
it's
it's
like
No Man's Sky.
right, because I can't invest that much time in another game anymore. Like I've hit close to 400 hours in Witcher 3 and I'm replaying Witcher 2 to carry a save over into Witcher 3 again on PC. I'm like I can't do this again. Like that's too much time in one game, you know. So
I guarantee I've put that many hours into GTA Online. I love that game. Especially now you can make movies with it as well. Like it's added a whole nother layer to it that I just,
right, replayability, man. So
yeah, and plus all the DLC so far has been free. I just love that.
yeah, understandable. So I guess
Fuck
that'll.
you, Destiny.
So this will bring
but,
us
Tom,
up
are you
to.
gonna, I was just saying one more thing. Tom, are you gonna watch the movie
The what?
Ratchet and Clank?
Oh, possibly. I mean, it looked fun. I mean, I haven't played the original games, but the movie trailer, I actually thought it looked quite entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the voice actors for Ratchet, Clank, Quark, and the Fairies. They're back in the movie, and it actually has the writers for the video game helped on the script for the movie.
See, that's why I'm looking forward to it. Because I mean, I think back when Wreck-It Ralph came out, and we were talking about that on the CBC podcast like ages ago. I was just saying, like, I think a Mario movie or a Sonic movie, they have to be CG. You can't make a live action Mario. Look how that turned out.
Yeah.
But a CG Mario movie with the same voice actors and a decent script worked on by the people that made the game. So I mean, that could potentially be something really cool.
Total. I think they're gonna wait and see how Ratchet and Clank does, and then how Wreck-It Ralph 2 does, and if that has a huge response, I
Yeah.
think they're gonna do it. So.
I think it's going to have a huge response. I mean, just look at. I mean, I'll point to the Lego movie as well. I mean,
True.
it's a different sort of animation, but it's a very similar sort of style to Wreck-It Ralph. Like, I mean, yeah, the Lego movie and Wreck-It Ralph are very similar
Dude,
styles.
the Lego
even
movies
down to
now is a freaking franchise with spin-offs. I mean, that's insane, you know?
Batman Lego movie now, and
Yeah.
yeah, even though there's been about 4 Lego Batman straight to DVD movies already, like. But I mean, yeah, the Lego Movie and Wreck-It Ralph are very similar sort of things, where you've got all these different mascots from other companies coming
Right.
together. It's the only thing I can liken it to in movies and cartoons would be like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, how you had like Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny in the same movie, which would never fucking happen now with Disney and Warner Brothers.
True. So that'll bring us up to wrap it up for this podcast then. So thank you for joining us, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully this one goes up on time. And remember, if you have a significant other, do the 69. I waited all the way till the end.
Promise.
Heyo.
Oh.